Welcome to a webinar. We're going to be discussing the beauty of GRACED treatments today, and I have the wonderful Tiffany here with me, who's going to be doing her Healy treatment in combination with the GRACED treatment, which is a wonderful multidimensional way of healing. What you see here on my left is my Healy treatments that are going to be helping her and guiding her. Or can you put your Healy up, do you think? Or
I haven't figured that out yet,
okay,
unfortunately, remember?
Okay.
So,
all right, no worries.
yeah, it's okay.
I'll just
and I don't see anything on your screen yet, just so you know. But I'm sure it will come up in a second.
Okay. What's that? Is it working yet?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I just want to start with a beautiful Lakota prayer. Teach me how to trust my heart, my mind, my intuition, my inner knowing, the senses of my body, the blessings of my spirit. Teach me to trust these things so that I may enter my sacred space and love beyond my fear, and thus walk in balance with the passing of each glorious sun. Amen. Okay, so first thing we need to do, so if I just give a quick definition of the Healy is this little funny thing, though you wouldn't know it by the price,
Yeah, that's
that
right.
blinks on and off and shows all kinds of little buttons and things, but basically it has 3 levels of healing. One is microcurrents, which you put electrodes, wires, plugs, things like that in, that end in a, one of them can end in a little suction thing, like when you have an EKG, and that transmits a microcurrent. And there are various ways. You have straps and wristbands and things like that you can use. The second way is what's in here now is an accessory called a coil. And this is based on the magnetic energy and the principles of Tesla. And that heals on a very different frequency. And then the third, and it's the most amazing, is that it connects to the matrix, which is the information field. So you, through intention, tell it what you want to access, what you want to unclear, what you want to balance, and it will scan, read where there are distortions, and then go through in the treatment to fill those distortions, straighten them out, and make the energy field completely smooth. And now GRACED, as we all know, GRACED is about defining your future so that you decide what it is you want your future to look like. And in similar ways to the Native American healing, you state it in the present tense, and you say it as though you've had it for years and years, and you're almost even bored with it. This has been your life, being what this is that you want, so that out of the myriad of holographic images that are floating around you, it will magnetize that particular one towards you, and you'll remove the major blocks that are keeping that from being your state of being, and allow you to have that energy field as your present state of being. So that's just a very quick description of the process. So first thing for Tiffany would be to, and I'll do this along with you, is to open up the Blue app.
Okay.
And then hit the house, the frequency symbol in the center bottom, and decide what you want to work on. If you want to work on a body issue or an energy field issue, then that would be the resonance analysis. Or do you want to do the coaching, which is about setting your goals, which is, funny enough, very much in alignment with GRACED. It's very interesting how that works. So, why don't I give you something to work that I want to work on both issues, and then you can muscle test and find out which one we should be doing. I want to have more energy.
Okay.
And it could be health, it could be emotions. I'm not really sure why, but I just don't have the energy I need.
Okay. All right. So now, give me 1 second. Now, go to the Resonance app and click on Diane. Focus. Now, I guess I put the wrong thing because I shouldn't go to Resonance.
Oh,
right? I should go to, which one should I choose?
we should muscle tests and just see which one is the most appropriate.
Between which ones?
Resonance or coaching?
Coaching.
Coaching. Ah, okay.
All right. So now I click on Diane, and I'll put in the focus, which is.
I have more energy than I need to accomplish what I want to accomplish in a day. All right, so what we're given is a list of categories. So we want to pick about 3 that are the highest priority. So it's hard to know with this particular area, but I guess I would say if I had to pick 3, emotional balance,
Okay.
goals,
Okay.
and potential. Oops, and potential.
Potentials.
Potentials.
Now, Diane, do you ask the person that you're working with to choose these with what they feel is best for them?
If they can. If they don't know, like, it depends on how strong the person is. Like, what area of your life do you think this falls in would be a way of approaching it. And if they say you don't know, then just muscle test. So if you just can't decide, or maybe you know 1, but you don't know 3. And then you just hit done.
Okay.
And so the little numbers in parentheses after the category tells you how many options are available for that category. And so when you hit the check mark, it's going to choose the highest priority one that answers the issue that you've placed in your focus statement.
Okay, so that's what happens. When you see the 1 next to it, when it comes back, it's chosen one for you already.
Right.
Okay, before it even starts analysis. Brilliant.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then you start your analysis.
Okay.
And this is when you really focus. Okay, so what did you get?
I got 93% goals, resolving stress factors, personality and character, the desired state. You got potentials. I got 92% though, potentials.
Yeah, that's a
Go back to the top. But it shows potentials, personality aspects. And it talks about the desired state. And then I got 85% emotional balance, emotional harmony.
Emotional was 81. Okay.
And you have living consciously. You have
so then if
resolving.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, it's okay. I was just looking at goals, resolving stress factors, personality and character, potentials, personality aspects, and then emotional balance, emotional harmony. Okay.
Okay. So what we look at those 3 numbers across, say the top on mine, it says 95%, then it says 8, then it says LM4. So the 95% shows how relevant a treatment in this area is, and so at 95 it's a very relevant issue. The 8, on a scale of 1 to 10, we have an 8 here, and anything that is a 4 or below is a number that represents a level of lack of consciousness. So if it was like a 1 or 2, the person may be in complete denial that this is an important issue. But if it's something like in this case, it's, let's see, I've got an 8, so I'm well aware that that's an issue with me. The 7, my goals, I'm well aware. Even the 6, I'm well aware. So none of these are anything that you have to be very careful and walk on eggshells to talk to someone about. But if they come up with 1s or 2s or 3s or 4s, you got to choose your words carefully, or make them questions and say, do you feel there's any relevance in this statement that you lack harmony. Do you feel that this is something that you want to work on, or just introduce the concept, because you've got to be really careful with your wording. And then the Roman numeral, the homeopathic reference. Now I know if it is a C, it means it's an effect of a problem, of an issue. If it's an LM, it's very, very diluted in homeopathic, so it's not something that's a really
If it's
strong.
a C, what is it? If it's a C?
A D is the highest dilution rate in homeopathy, and a D means it's a cause. And a C is the second highest dilution rate, and it means it's an effect.
Mm.
And the LMs, which go on forever, are very meek, very mild.
Okay, got it.
Okay, so then you're going to do the treatment, and the actual treatment is called vibrate. So you can choose the transmission duration by hitting on, like there it says 1 minute, just click that. Now you can do 1 minute, and it's a really intense blast of frequencies, which in some cases can be more impactful than if you did an hour slow burn. So it's there again, you might want a muscle test. You could do, say, separate, like do a blast, wait 10 minutes, do another blast, wait 10 minutes, do 3 in a day, do 6 in a day. The theory seems to be that if it's an acute situation, like say you sprained your ankle, you would want to do short blasts. And if it's a chronic situation, which I'm assuming emotional development or blockages are much more in the chronic realm, a slow burn is more appropriate. So you would take, let's see, maybe you have an hour session with someone, you want to set it for an hour, and then you can maybe tell them, look up, what time do you go to bed? I'll set it for another hour when you go to bed, and that way they get 2 slow burns with the same treatment. And by finding that treatment, you can go back when where you hit home. Instead of going to client, hit list. And it will show you that exact treatment, and you just have to repeat that thing. You don't have to go through all the rest of the process. It will automatically set that up for you.
Can you give me an example of when it's better to do a slow burn or the longer, if you're not muscle testing for it, that is? Like you said, sprained ankle or some type of physical ailment, you can do blasts.
Say maybe somebody's an alcoholic, something that's a chronic situation, somebody who's had migraines for 10 years. Anything that is like a multi-layered onion of blocks that you have to kind of break through. But if it's something that's just a quick and easy thing, just something that's come out of the blue, a stomach ache, or probably the fast things are going to break that apart better.
Love it.
Okay.
Okay, brilliant.
So then we just set the time for that. I'm going to set this for 56 minutes on this. I'm not going to get stereo treatment. It's going to be, I've never done that before, so this is exciting.
Well, I'm gonna muscle test.
Okay.
And all right. Well, I'm getting 1 minute, probably because
okay.
I've been talking about it. I know. And let me see. And 5 blasts over the course of the day.
Okay. Cool.
All right. So I am going to start.
All right. So while this goes, you can see there's 2 colors here. The one color is the scanning, so it's scanning where the holes, the distortions, the blocks are. And then the second color is the actual treatment, going in and filling those.
This is what I meant to ask. Should I, because at this moment, I don't have my coil in. Should I always have my coil in to do this?
No, that's for you. That's for anyone within 3 feet of you.
Okay.
So if you're doing a treatment on yourself or a cat, something that's not going to sit still with the wristbands.
Okay.
Then
so that's it. So nothing is needed. Got
no,
it. This
you
is
don't need anything.
beautiful. Okay, great.
Okay, so we can just leave that then and go into
And so I'll do your other 5 times over the course of the day.
Thank you. Lovely.
You're welcome.
It's exciting. Awesome. Okay, so then as we go into grace, we can take that same statement, our focus statement, and use that for grace, because there's a lot of synchronicity happening here.
Perfect. So
we just need to go and find out what is the frequency or feeling that's most needed in order to have that goal statement as our state of being. So then you just muscle test the row and the column.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So which is the feeling that is most needed to attain this goal statement? Is it the left row, middle row, right row? So I have the left row. Is it benevolence, tolerance?
And once you know that, you can talk with someone about, what does tolerance mean? And then you want to further define that as to these 4 categories, like which is a further defined level of tolerance.
Right. So is it commitment? Is it accept, which is the more refined? How should I say this? Which one should we be focused on, and does Diane need to focus on first? Acceptance. What is the third one?
Being relaxed. Or a state of serenity.
Or a state of serenity. Acceptance. It's acceptance.
Okay. And with many of these, you can say, well, is it that you need to accept others in tolerance, or is it that you need acceptance by others, that you feel that you're being judged or barred for your ideas or for who you are, and you can get into a conversation with people about what they perceive.
Right. Here we go.
So then we want to remove what is the number one block that's keeping me from having the level of acceptance and tolerance that I need to have that statement of more energy. So then we would hit the block chart.
Okay.
And what's interesting too is that you can always tie this in with concepts that are floating past on the treatment here. What's affecting my motivation, my goals, my disappointments. So in a way, it's about a disappointment. You can find parallels. You can go back and say, okay, well, let's think about some of the things that were said in your Healy scan, and how is that relating to what's happening here? You can, and it can give you a wonderful foothold to an expansion on other dimensions of interpreting. So
absolutely, that's great. Okay, so which block is it? The left side? Is it the right side? All right. Is it absorbed energy? Yes. Is it this life? Heart maze? Physical manifestation? It is absorbed energy.
Is it? Okay. So absorbed energy. So we need to find out where it was absorbed from. So basically, these are stored emotions from your own experience, and they're absorbed energies from others. A prevalent one is the energy of your parents while you were a fetus. So the joy and stresses manifest as waves of energy we pick up, and that can get trapped in our own energy field. Being exposed to loud music, violent films, or books can create waves of trauma, depression, or stored pain. Likewise, on the other hand, you can feel the joy when you walk into some homes, or the depression. Okay. So then we just have to just copy and paste that, and then muscle test to find out what age did you have this first absorbed energy.
Okay. Okay. And are there any other details needed? Say no. All right. So I feel like we've clearly identified it. Okay, is there anything else that needs to be revealed to learn from this issue? No. Okay. Will you go up so I can see the prayer?
Sure.
Okay.
Can
Make
you?
it a teeny bit larger.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Giving with grace and gratitude, we ask for the removal of this low frequency stored in the body that does not belong. The message has been understood, therefore it no longer serves a purpose. Send it up to the sun to burn up and shield us in a clear white light of protection. We ask that this impediment be replaced with higher guidance to become the greatest and highest possible version of self.
Okay.
Take a deep breath.
Yeah, let that
And
go.
allow that to flow out through your mouth.
Okay, that's great. So, get rid of that energy. And then we just ask if there is another feeling that's keeping us from having this goal statement.
Okay, right there. And then, okay. Are there any more blocks keeping this higher feeling of energy, of having enough energy throughout the day from flowing? All right. And it's saying yes. Any more blocks from having this higher energy of feeling from flowing? It's saying yes. Okay. All right, here we go. So now we want to go yes. We want to click on yes, there are more blocks. Okay, and the highest priority, which are the block? What is the block or blocks that we should focus on? Is it the left side? Is it right side? Okay, absorbed energy. This life. All right.
Which one?
All right, we're going to go to this life.
This life, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at some point in this life you experienced something that was of a low frequency, and that frequency took on weight and mass and blocked the flow of light from inside of you from being pure and clear. The block can manifest as illness, pain, chronic imbalances, and some could even say disease. These experiences can be a trauma, a looped thought, a negative memory, or any myriad of energy labels that is keeping you from being all you can be, and keeping the flow of energy from being all-encompassing. So then there's the process.
Okay, are there more than one experience creating this block? Yes, okay. All right, so let's go for each age. What age did the first experience happen? Was this before 20? All right, so after 20. Between 15 and 20? No, 15 and 20. Wait. Okay, yes, between 15 and 20. All right, 15, 17, 18, 15 again. Was this experience internally generated by the self? Okay. Did it involve a family member? Yes. Is it the mother? No. Is it the father? Yes. Okay. Are all of these experiences related to the father? Yes. Is there any other family members that are involved? Okay. Um, Okay. Is there anything else that needs to be revealed about this particular succession of experiences? No. Is there anything else we need to know about these experiences? No. Anything else we need to know about these experiences? No.
If it says it doesn't need any more detail, then what that can mean is that the higher self knows exactly what it is, can pick it out, can throw it away, and it doesn't have to be discussed, which is the beauty of this. Sometimes it says, yeah, you got to know that this one at age 11 was an uncle. You know, got to know that this one was a issue with your sibling. But sometimes the higher self says, you know, I know this story so well, we don't have to go over it. I know what it is, so it just says, pull it out. So. And if it says that everything is identified and ready to be released and there's nothing that has to be learned, like sometimes it says, well, do you need to learn something that you haven't learned to release all of this? I find it's a good question to ask, but usually it'll say, just get rid of it.
Okay, hold on. Do you need to learn something that you haven't learned to be able to release all of this? No. Okay. Given with grace and gratitude, we ask for the removal of this low frequency stored in the body that does not belong. This message has been understood, therefore it no longer serves a purpose. Send it to the sun to burn up and shield us in a clear white light of protection. We ask that this impediment be replaced with higher guidance to become the greatest and highest possible version of self. Are there any more blocks keeping this higher feeling of energy, more energy, from flowing? No. Okay.
My whole chest is getting hot. You can see my temperature's even changing.
Okay. Are there any more frequencies or feelings that are needed to make this statement your state of being? No. Okay. Out of 100% possible, how much has been removed? Is it 50? Is it more than 50%? Yes. Is it more than 60%? Yes. Is it more than 70%? Is it more than 90%? Yeah. Is it more than 95%? Is it 100%? Okay, how many days will it take until there is no remaining percentage. Okay, how long will it take to process? Will it be more than 2 days? Will it be more than 5 days? No. Less than 5 days? 4 days? 3 days? 4. Okay, it will be 4 days to process.
Okay.
Oh, this is so beautiful.
So, yes, that's a lot of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
So beautiful. Wow.
You did it. Thank you.
Diane. Thank you. Spirit, bless us with light, white light, and protection from all will be released. And thank you for this ability to be of value and of service. Wow.
Okay, my dear, you did it.
I did it. Wow. Okay, that was cool. That was cool.
Your muscle testing has gotten quite powerful, hasn't it?
I guess so. I love it. Whew, that was good. I felt that.
I felt that my whole chest is so hot right now. I was like, I don't know, you can see my temperature. It's like going.
So I'll check in on you, but if you remember, please check in with me and let me know, how you're feeling after 4 days. And, I guess, I'll share this for the recording. I think the great part about doing this with you is that as the questions come up of what do I do next? and where I usually will ask that question and then second guess myself and start to doubt and almost get a little flustered, inside, because I'm like, am I doing it right, or am I, and so having you here, doing it with you, just really gives me that sense of ease that I can just free flow, because you really are in conversation.
It really
You're
is.
in
There is no right or
conversation,
wrong.
right?
Yeah, it's like, do you do the ages first or the ages with the, it's whatever you feel like, there's no,
Exactly.
and you'll be guided to do the right thing as long as you stay in contact. And as
That's
soon as
right.
you doubt yourself, that's when these voices start that make the connection fall. All right, we've had a great session doing the Healy. We've combined it with a beautiful session with GRACED. And as you can see, there can be crossovers, and one can feed the other, and we get a healing that's on a multidimensional level this way. I want to thank Tiffany for being our guinea pig today and being just such a wonderful practitioner. It was truly heartfelt, and I thank you.
Thank you. And thank you for everything that you're doing for us.
All right, bye-bye. So then I will cut
Bye.
Let me turn
I'm
off.
doing another blast on you right now.
Oh, okay.